Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here with.
AJ Talent and Ollie.
Yep, and we are
Say
here.
hi, Ollie.
Say hi. Hi. Oh, you can't see him. Wait.
Okay, sorry. Wrong way. Hi,
He's saying
world.
hi. And we are here with the first ever review on this channel of Death Note. Say that. Actually, say it again.
3, 2, 1.
Death Note. Um, I announced we were gonna start watching this. You told me about it, so I figured I check it out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to watch at least every episode before I go back to Massachusetts.
And maybe some Kiss Time Sis, because, God knows that's the worst show on the planet.
Maybe we'll watch it afterwards.
Yeah.
We'll go through episode by episode of that torture. But we're not here to talk.
And at least it's only like 12 episodes.
We're not here to talk about negative stuff. We got to talk about positive stuff, though.
Yeah. And what better way to do that than talk about a mass murderer?
Yeah. Okay, so let's start.
Am I right? Yeah.
This was the first episode ever, season 1, episode 1, and it's called Rebirth. And originally it came out on October 3rd, 2006, but I'm guessing it only came out in like Japan because
It was a Japanese manga. So this is like a TV show adaptation.
And but in English, like in America, I guess it came out. It came out on October 21st, 2007.
Mm-hmm.
So you I guess you can kick off
Me? Want me to go over what happened?
Just start with like the first scene, yeah. I see. I've never done a review, of a TV show except.
Yeah. Well, I guess. So skip ahead a few minutes if you don't want to be spoiled or whatever. So.
Well, don't watch the video at all. Just come back, go on Netflix or go wherever and find this episode. Then come back and.
You can always just watch it on YouTube. It's pretty easy to find. At least it was for me.
Or you can just come back and then after you're done after you're done watching it, you can come back and watch our review.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we could start off. It starts off this place
in Shinigami realm. Those of you who don't know, like him, Shinigami are an ancient Chinese, Japanese, whatever mythology, and are the gods of death who steal people's souls. But they don't quite do that in here. Well, they do, but also don't. It's later.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna spoil that.
We meet this guy.
He's a 17-year-old. He's like this.
No, we meet not him, but
Ryuk. He's Shinigami.
Yeah, and we don't really find out what happens with him yet. But we're gonna find out. It's not really important stuff. We just want it. That's where it starts.
Yeah. What do you talk about? He explained everything. Pretty much.
No, not in the beginning scene. Like when it shows the Shinigami, it's nothing. It's nothing important. In Shinigami. But I want to mention too.
Place.
Well,
God,
I mean,
please don't kill me.
It's not like that it's important. That it's important like at all. But that scene just wasn't very important. But
yeah.
But I forgot. I wanted to mention too that the theme song doesn't look bad. The theme song's in Japanese though. I'm not trashing it, but I just can't. If there's no subtitles, you wouldn't understand what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just look at the images. That's normally what people do when they watch a show.
Yeah, but it starts out with this new guy, Lee or Light. Light. Okay.
It's like a pun since he's kind of the sort of a villain.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like ironic because his name's Light, like good.
Yeah. And he's just in like school, and a lot of the show takes. Most of the stuff that happens is you can just hear Light's inner thoughts. Like, you can just hear what he's thinking. And he's just kind of like...
Yeah, surprisingly, doesn't have a lot of, very important people. He just surprisingly doesn't tell a lot of people that he's a mass murderer, so...
Yeah.
But anyway, he's the smartest kid, basically, smartest student in, like, Japan, and also arguably the world. Yeah.
And, what happens is he's just walking around town and he hears that somebody was murdered. And then one day in class, he just sees this book that says Death Note just fall out of the blue.
Yeah, out of the sky. And he walks over to it and he, reads it. He's like, you write the name of a human in this book and think of their face. So, that way people who have the same name won't die.
Yeah.
Like if I write Robert and I don't, that way... and if I think of their name, obviously, so that way it's like people everyone whose name is Robert doesn't die. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't think it works if you don't think of their, gotta like. I think if it's like you want to kill every Robert, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, probably not. And then you can also write like the way they die too. But if you don't write the way they die, they'll just die of a heart attack.
In like 40 seconds to a minute.
And at first he just thinks it's all like bullshit. He doesn't believe in it.
I mean, well, it's natural.
Yeah.
Not believe.
But then he sees that somebody was on TV and he took hostages. And what was the guy's name again?
I think that was your job. I was supposed to remember the
other
guy.
No. This is the guy that he sees on like the news.
Yeah, I know, like Taco or something.
No, it wasn't Taco.
No,
it was the other guy.
It was like Taka.
No, it wasn't Taka.
Oh, sorry. Freaking that was the other. Kudo.
Yeah.
Not Kubo.
He writes his name in the book. And he waits 40 seconds, and the news, all the hostages get out, and they just find him. Yeah, and they just find him dead. Yeah. And
he was like,
he just thinks it's a coincidence at first that happened. You know. Yeah. That makes sense. You know.
Yeah. Well, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been something.
So then he says, I have to make sure this works again.
And he was leaving like a night school to prepare for college and everything.
I guess that's what it is.
Cram school.
I think it's only in Japan. It might be.
I don't know.
Maybe he's so high up level too that maybe he can take these classes or something.
I don't know. Well, it's called cram school, so it's probably.
And there was a kid, I forget his name.
And he was thinking about murdering this one kid who was like bullying this kid for money. He obviously didn't.
But yeah, he did.
And this girl was walking by.
Yeah, because then he's outside.
The school ended. He was walking home.
And this girl was walking home, and we meet this new guy, Taka or Taco. I think it's Taco, but I think
it's Taka, but I'm just gonna call him Taco because it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah. I think that's the joke too.
Yeah. And speaking of hilarity, he tries to rape her.
Huh? Yeah.
Speaking of hilarity,
he tries.
Let's let that stinking. Let's let that sink in there for a minute. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah. And then he writes his name down, and he writes. So then the girl.
He goes into a store and kind of like hides the death note.
Yeah. And then he like hides it he hid it in like a girly like magazine too.
I think it was like a porno.
Yeah. And then she runs away, and then the guy Taka tries to chase her. And then a truck hits him.
Because he wrote, like, he gets hit by a truck.
Yeah.
Like, what if... Okay, first off, I can get, like, the first one. But if anything, he should have been like, okay, now I really don't know these. What if he just got hit by a car? Like, he drove his motorcycle right into traffic, so...
Yeah, pretty much so.
So it's kind of like, he could have just gotten hit by a car.
Yeah.
If just had him get hit, have him, like have his head explode or something, then it's be like, okay, pretty sure I caused his head to explode.
Yeah. I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then he's just thinking like I can get rid of all the bad people in the world. So then he goes up into his room and he tells we also
like 5
found
days later.
This is 5 days later. He tells it, and we find out too that he took like this test. This probably isn't even important to bring up, but he
it's just kind of it's just like at first we thought he was just like a regular high school student.
Yeah.
But like when he shows his mom the test, it's kind of like shows that he's like a genius and everything.
And then
it was obviously like a normal kid isn't gonna get away with all this.
And then the guy when he gets in there, he sees the guy. What's his name again?
Ryuk. He's the Shinigami.
He sees the Shinigami, the Ryuk, and he like scares him, and he tells him about the Death Note, about pretty much everything that he doesn't know. All he doesn't know about how he has it now.
Yeah.
And he says that he's surprised because he actually had come down from the human world too. Well, from the
Shinigami. Yeah, they're in the human world now.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. And then
that'd be kind of funny if Light came to the Shinigami realm and was like, I've given you my death note and everything. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be odd. I messed up.
Yeah, and Ryu gets so scared of Light. Man.
Yeah, and but he's impressed with all the names that he's written. In the
he's
past
nervous
5
because
days.
he's afraid of the Shinigami gonna write his name.
I thought it looked like at first that he was just dreaming it. By the way, because by the way the scene kind of kicked off.
Yeah.
But so I thought he was dreaming it. Did you think that was all like a dream at first when you saw it, just by the way the scene kind of played out?
No, why?
Well, I didn't think it was a dream, but it looked like that it was.
Yeah.
But then he tells him about the Death Note, about how it was created, and he says that he wants to use it.
He doesn't really go over how it's created, but no one really knows.
Yeah, but he just kind of goes through like how he can't use it because Shinigami's can't die, so he just drops it because he was bored. Because Light thinks at first that
Because the Shinigami room's kind of shit.
Yeah. He was chosen to get this, but he's like, no, I just dropped it because I was bored.
Yeah, it basically looks like the apocalypse. So.
Yeah, and he says that when he dies, he's gonna write his name.
In the notebook.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like he has the notebook, so, kind of...
Yeah, and then it would be passed on to the next person, he said, right?
Well, he would just take it back.
Yeah.
That's why he writes his name, so he can just get it back.
His mom comes in with apples. There's a reason why this is important is because his mom can actually see him. He can only see him because he has possession of the Death Note. Only people with possession of the Death Note.
People who touch it.
Yeah.
Like if his mom was just like cleaning his room and picked up the Death Note, she'd be able to see Ryuk.
Yeah. And I know you've already seen it, but I have a feeling that something like that's gonna happen. Yeah, so she picks up. So yeah, only people who touch the Death Note can see him, and then he gets evil. He talked about how he's gonna take out all the bad people. So it goes through this montage of him writing everybody's bad people, and it shows them all dying.
Oh yeah, prepare for more of that. People have made so many parodies of that.
Yeah.
Like he's like a lot of times he'll be running and he'll he'll swing his hand back.
Yeah.
And people make parodies of them doing it. He's like, how does he do that?
Yeah.
He writes it so
and he says
dramatically.
Yeah, but he talked about how he's the smartest person in the world, and he wants to rid this world of all.
We'll see later on
in Japan.
Next episode.
I meant Japan.
The next episode we'll see if he's the smartest because
Yeah.
Rival.
And then
rival battle. No.
And then he says that he's gonna rid the world of all the filth and all the bad people in the world. And then the guys Ryuk says that if you do that, you'll be the only bad person in the world.
And he's like, no, I'm just an honest, hardworking high school student.
Yeah. And then
honest student, whatever. And he also says that people who've written the name in the notebook, obviously if you touch it you're still fine, but if you write the name in the notebook, then you can't go to heaven or hell.
Yeah, I forgot. I meant to say that. Yeah. Wait, but so when he's writing people's names in the notebook, you can't go to heaven or hell?
Well, it's like when he die.
Okay.
Like say someone it's happened to shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
He's not going to go to heaven. Well, first off, he wouldn't go to heaven anyway because he's a murderer.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't go to hell either because he's written name in the Death Note. He can't go to either or.
Yeah. So how'd the episode end? I don't remember.
It ended.
Yeah, I think it just ended. Didn't it end with that?
That pretty much. They're just talking, and he's talking about, we get his goal, what he's after. He wants to kill all the criminals, so it's like a world of good people where there aren't people like rapists, war, stuff like that.
And this show...
There's still going to be hunger and whatnot, but not war.
But this show... Look, if you haven't seen it, it's awesome.
Yeah. And it's only episode 1. Trust me, it gets better. Then episode 2 gets kind of shit, but...
This episode, if you're looking for fast pace, you're probably not going to get it with this episode. It's kind of slow, but I don't mind it.
Oh yeah, one of the things I love about Death Note is that it goes by kind of slow. So it's like, it gets
because it builds up.
He's like, there's this one part in the series where it's 5 episodes of Light doing something, and a lot of times you're like, what the hell is Light trying to accomplish? What is he doing?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things Death Note does. It's he's if it looks like Light's losing, it looks like he's losing. He's about to get caught or die.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden, at the last minute, every little thing he does just comes together, and he ends up fucking everyone over.
We're gonna have to see.
Yeah.
And then
again, I've seen it. He hasn't. So.
Yeah. But what else? I like This is obviously an anime. We haven't said that.
But I think it's kind of obvious since we say it's Japanese and everything.
Yeah.
Well, of course, not every Japanese show is an anime, but it's the most popular.
But I also think with this, I like how he's the only one that's the focus right now. A lot of the show. I don't know if it's right now, but a lot of this episode was just him, just thinking in his mind.
It's because a lot of the characters don't come in yet. It's we get more characters, but it's not like 20 characters. Like the main cast becomes like maybe like 10.
Yeah, so I like that. There's not a lot of cast, and I just like the show so far. I can't really judge it right now just because I've only seen one episode. So, but overall, this episode was real awesome. I'm just gonna have to say, what did you think of this episode?
It was really good. It was really good for like as far as first episodes go, because like a lot of, like the pilot episodes are very show. It's like it starts off slow, introducing the characters. For the first
that's what I think.
That's good. It's
a lot of first episodes and first seasons it just shows up anyways. Just introducing the characters, and then once the second season kind of gets in, then they just kind of go all out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first season it's like kind of like them learning to do stuff, and like this. I mean, it's pretty simple. You write the name, you write a bitch in the notebook, they die. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. It's simple, it's nothing overcomplicated.
Yeah.
I mean,
just you wait. This because it's a lot of like back and forth, but at least it's like the premise is simple.
Yeah. Well, the main focus is just simple.
Yeah, but, like the core, but everything like it gets a lot of like twists and it's like a lot of plot twists. So and everything. So
that's about it. Any final thoughts you want to say?
Not really. It's Death Note. Enough said.
Yep. And you can click down on the left-hand corner to subscribe. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be back. I'll be back to give you another video. Either me and him, or just me, sometime in the near future.
And Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie's my dog. If you didn't watch the beginning of the review.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We'll be back. Well,
his ass out.
This channel will be back to give you videos sometime in the near future.